Young people are going hard from campus. Come on, tell me what one. Campus connection, yeah, and that's a one. Now, walk one from campus. How we are carry hard from campus. Come on, tell me what one. Campus connection, yeah, and that's a one. Hey, so make us again listen, let me tell you this. Students, I will make we do this. Oh yes, we create this space just for you. Make we talk about you, make we talk about school, government and politics, sports, academics, anything that concern you. I don't know when love pass through. It's all about the gospel. So tell me back one from campus. Youths are going on from campus. Come on, tell me back one. Campus connection, take a data one down. Hey, I walk one from campus. And we are carry lot from campus. Come on, tell me back one. I walk one down. Hey, walk one.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Campus Connection. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She's back.
You know what?
Is back. I'm talking about no other person than my awesome co-host, Anesta Samuels. And just in case you're wondering, I am Jonathan Fletcher. And you're tuned into Love 101, the family station. It's Campus Connection time. Anesta,
You wrong for that. You are wrong. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, everybody. It was just 1 week.
It was 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks.
You see,
It
you're
was 2
losing
weeks.
count.
It was 2 weeks.
You see what I'm talking about? Probably she didn't miss us as much as we
No.
missed her.
No,
But
guys,
you
I
pardon
really
her,
did.
ladies and gentlemen. It's fine. But how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back.
Good
It
stuff.
feels good. It feels right.
It feels right. I like that.
It feels right. Like I need to be here. You know?
Yeah.
How are
But yeah,
you? How are you
I'm
holding
good.
up? 2 weeks.
Holding up is right. Holding up is right. I couldn't put it any better way. I'm happy to have you back. Campus Connection is better with both of us here. I
Yeah.
strongly believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about this evening's show.
Mm-hmm.
Should we tell them about what we're going to talk about, or should we
I guess we
leave them in
can let them
suspense?
in on what we're talking
Yeah, we
about.
just
So
yeah.
yeah,
So
we
we're talking
might as well. Taking the stage for social change. I came
about.
up with that topic, by the way.
Yeah,
Does it have
you
a
see,
ring
that's
to
we
it?
needed her. We needed her to be back.
You know what?
But what is taking the stage?
It's
What does
such
that
a.
mean, though?
I'm sorry.
What does taking the stage for social change mean? It sounds, poetic. What does that mean?
So we're looking at the impact of the performing arts. Can the performing arts actually help to curb behavioral patterns in students on our
Mm-hmm.
campuses? Can it teach them anything about how to deal with all of these emotions that are running wild? So it's an interesting topic, and we do have some interesting guests that will be here with us
Absolutely.
to discuss. Of course, we have should we tell them who we have or not yet?
Or should we wait a little? Or should we tell them so they can go call them grandmother and them mother and them sister? Maybe we should tell them. Maybe we should
Yeah,
let
maybe
them
we
in.
should. So we have Owen Blacker Ellis who will be joining us. And he's no stranger to the media, to the
Mm-hmm.
performing arts. We also have Dwayne Morris, music educator and owner of Caban Academy. So we have, some very renowned guests with us, and I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to that discussion coming up at 5:55.
Definitely. And before that, we have education news and bulletin. We also have a special interview with Tavoy Barrett, the president of the UTech Students Union. And they will be telling us a little bit more about the Students Union, leadership and all of that. We also have I Chose Christ, You Should Too. So you want to stick around and be a part of that.
Yes,
And now
yes.
it's time for education news and bulletin.
Brought to you by
Brought
Jonathan.
to you by us.
Ah.
So, education news and bulletin for Tuesday, March 7, 2023, here inside Campus Connection. Hundreds of students from schools across St. Anne were sent home early today as teachers protested for an improved salary offer from the government. At Ocherias High, students on the morning shift were seen leaving the premises before the regular dismissal time. Students at the Parry Town Primary and Beecher Town All Age schools were also affected by the protest. Jamaica Teachers Association JTA delegates are to Moe to meet tomorrow to further discuss the issues affecting our teachers.
A woman and her son who died in a fire that destroyed their home in Berkshire District, Westmoreland, yesterday have been identified. 38-year-old Keisha Walters, a hairdresser, and 5-year-old Joel Brown were home when, at about 11 p.m., residents saw fire coming from a section of the house and alerted the police and the fire department. The charred remains of the mother and son were discovered among the rubble following cooling down operations. The scene was processed and the remains removed to the morgue. The cause of the fire is not yet known.
The Ministry of Education and Youth has instructed schools to use civics and character education as a means of shaping and instilling positive behavior and attitudes in Jamaican students. Portfolio Minister the Honorable Favour Williams disclosed this while addressing the Jamaica Day celebration at the St. Catherine based Dintil Technical High School last Friday, March 3rd. She noted that a focus on character education includes how to treat people on the road as pedestrians and motorists, how to handle disputes among ourselves, how we handle customers in various places of business, how we treat the elderly and most vulnerable, and how much our laws and civic responsibilities are reflected.
And the St. Catherine High School will be hosting its ISCF week from Sunday, March 12 to Saturday, March 18, 2023, under the theme Stepping In with Passion, Purity, and Purpose. The church service will be held at the Harmony Gospel Chapel, 20 Corlettes Road, Spanish Town, and it begins at 8 a.m. St. Catherine High School is also hosting a Health Fair 2023 under the theme Stepping In, Building a Healthier Tomorrow on Friday, March 17, 2023. It will kickstart with a devotional concert featuring ministry by Shamar Jackson, Daniel Dixon, David Sutton, John Mark Wigan, Ryan Testify Davis, Nicolette Clayton, Daniel Dodd, and the St. Catherine High School Performing Arts Group. There will also be free doctor's visits, free HIV tests, diabetes, blood pressure tests, and cholesterol tests. Also, dental checks by Wellington Dental will be for only $3,000 for children and $5,000 for adults. Booths will be on display by the ICF Jamaica, Passion and Purity, Jamaica Youth for Christ, Proactive Lifestyle, Jamaica Information Service, the National Health Fund, the Bureau of Gender Affairs, RGD, National Baking Company, and much more. Event admission is free.
And the Passion and Purity in association with ISCF and Tyrant Baptist Church will be having their men's conference under the theme Fathers and Sons, The Turning. This will be on Saturday, March 25, 2023 at Tyrant Baptist Church, 51 Mollines Road, Kingston 10 from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is absolutely free. And that is all we have for you inside Education News and Bulletin here on Campus Connection. All right.
Great.
Yeah.
So it's time for our interview with Tavoy. No stranger to the show, Tavoy
Mhm.
Barrett, the president of the UTEC Students Union, and they're having their leadership awards coming up on March 31st. So we want to hear about that more from Tavoy. Welcome back to the show, Tavoy.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. So the Students Union Leadership Awards, Jonathan and I both know what that is, but there might be some people who don't know what that is. So, what exactly is the Leadership Awards all about?
All right, so the Student Union Leadership Award is an opportunity for us to, as a students union, to recognize the work of the leaders who serve with us, and not
Mm-hmm.
just those who serve on the Student Union Council, but also those who serve within clubs and societies, the dorm communities, and in those varying spaces that make up or constitute to the overall student experience. There are people in these spaces who work tirelessly and passionately. So we
Mm-hmm.
try to introduce leadership awards this year to recognize their hard work.
Okay, okay. Can you outline or give a synopsis then of the categories that you will be highlighting during this award ceremony?
Sure thing. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and broken down the awards into different categories, just as
Mm-hmm.
a means of highlighting the diversity of leaders and then or the work that they do, and then also to ensure that we are connecting with as much of the different spaces that students or student leaders work in as possible. So
Mhm.
we have academics, and this area focuses on those people who are able to strike a balance between their academics and also their own leadership roles.
Mhm.
Because truth is, a lot of times you have to sacrifice between the two, which is the sad reality. So we want
Mhm.
to recognize and highlight those people who are not making any compromise on either area. Community service, this award category focuses on those student leaders who are making impact in their own communities. So kind of taking it off campus for this one and now
Okay.
looking at what are the impact that students are making in their communities and their own spaces. The volunteerism and involvement award category, this now kind of brings it back on campus. And in this category, we'll identify and highlight those people who we can always turn to, we can always depend on them, we see them showing up. They actively support the work of their own club or organization or dorm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in any way, shape, or form. So that can mean that you are the president of that club, or you are
Mhm.
just an executive member of that club.
Mhm.
And we also want to recognize people who are in sports leadership. And we deliberately included this category because we think that for this area, it's one of those areas that, because it's sports, it may go unnoticed apart from when you're winning that glamorous trophy out on the field. And we
Right.
wanted to include them in the award space and in the awards banquet so that they are also highlighted. And to culminate all of these categories is the Student Leader of the Year award, which now takes into consideration all the nominations that we received throughout the process.
Nice, nice. So, what are some of the prizes that will be given to the winners of these categories?
All right, so the winner of each category will receive their own award, as in a trophy, but then we also have a special cash award for the person who is awarded the Student of the Year. That is made
Nice.
possible through
Wow.
one of our that is made possible through one of our sponsors, the Guardian Life Limited. And they are the ones who will be awarding that specific trophy and cash prize.
Nice. Is it open to the public? And if so, just remind us of the date and time of the event.
So it is the date is March 31st. We are now in the process of shortlisting applications. We have, however, reopened specifically the sports category for additional nominations. Again, we still want to get people off the field and be able to recognize them in the banquet room for
Mhm.
their workouts and the track. So we decided
Mm-hmm.
to reopen that category for additional nominations.
Okay.
So that one is open for the next few days. The actual event, though, will be on March 31st at the Student Activity Center on campus.
Okay. And what time?
It'll be at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. Taboy, thank you so much for shedding light on the UTech Students Union Leadership Award that's scheduled for March 31st. That's in a couple of weeks. And all the very best for the event and for the rest of your tenure as the president of the
Thank you.
UTech Students Union.
Thank you so much. And I'm hoping that anybody who is listening, any student leader from campus, or if you know someone who is a student leader on campus, you are sure to go and find the nomination form on our Instagram page at
Mm-hmm.
UTech Students Union. And you are able to either nominate yourself or nominate someone.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
All right,
All
all
the
the
very
best.
best.
Thank you guys so much. And thanks for having me on the program.
Yeah, man. All right. So that was Tavoy Barrett, president of the UTech Students Union, sharing with us a little bit about the UTech Students Union Leadership Awards. And it sounds like it's going to be greater than what we are used
It is time to go
to.
to a break, sir,
Yeah, let's go
before
to
you
a
get in
break
trouble.
before, we'll be right back after these messages.
For all your prescription over-the-counter medicine, visit Boscobel Community and Wellness Pharmacy, located at Sir B's Complex, Main Street, Stewarttown, St. Mary. We are open Monday to Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Send a WhatsApp or send your prescription to pharmacyboscobel@gmail.com. Call us at 876-456-4063 or 876-779-8208. Service with your wellness in mind.
Kingdom Culture presents the Well Encounter with Maverick City's Chandler Moore and Naomi Rain. Kevin Dowell Positive, Rhoda Isabella. Tickets at spuropen.com/TWE22. Supermed Pharmacies, Sangster's Bookstore, 876-676-5953. Sponsored by Clear Sound, Caledonia Outdoor Advertising, Purity Chase Fund, Love 101, Race KFC. Part proceeds to Food for the Poor. The Well Encounter, Saturday, March 18th, Sabina Park, 6:30 p.m. Meet us at the Well.
Okay, get ready for a worship-filled time inside Love in the Morning with me, your host, Jukal Dyer, this Wednesday, March 8th. At 6 a.m., we shed light on some new artists making waves in the gospel music industry. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with Morning Coffee Pick Me Up Devotional. Then at 7 a.m., we bring you The Morning Watch with intriguing and thought-provoking discussions. It's International Women's Day, and to celebrate, Love 101 FM will be featuring 4 phenomenal women who continuously break social barriers. At 8:30, we speak with Dr. Elaine McCarthy, chairman of the Jamaica Umbrella Group of Churches, about women in leadership. At 8:40 a.m., we chat with Juliet Bodley, otherwise known as Julie Mango, mental health advocate. 8:50 a.m. we talk with Dr. Sarah Grace Lewis, obstetrician and gynecologist, about women's health and wellness. And then at 9 a.m. we wrap it up with the counselor, Dr. Joan Pinckney, about the importance of women's therapy. 9:30 a.m. is Something More, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. Stick and stay with us this Inspiration Wednesday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Inspired with Jukal Dyer. Okay, where are the campus nights?
Welcome back. Welcome back. It is Campus Connection. Where are the campus ites? We had a quick discussion with Tavoy Barrett just before the break about the Students Union Leadership Awards. And you also missed Education News and Bulletin if you're just joining us. But guess what? We have I Chose Christ, You Should Too coming up. And we also have our discussion, Taking the Stage for Social Change, with Owen Blacker Ellis and Dwayne Morris. So
All
you
right.
definitely want to stay with us for that. Jonathan?
Yeah, man. And just in case you missed anything from the live show, remember you can always go back on the Facebook page or YouTube channel of Love 101. That's Love 101 FM Jamaica. Or you can just go on YouTube and type in Campus Connection and you will see all the episodes from the past, this one, and the ones that will come in the future. So you want to check those out and be, refreshed, entertained, inspired. Wow, that can probably be a slogan. I don't know.
Ooh.
We'll think we'll think about
Okay.
it some more.
Okay. So it's now time for our feature I Chose Christ. You Should Too, by Crystal Barrising. Did I say that right?
Greetings in the mighty name of Jesus. My name is Crystal Barrising, and I'm from the St. Catherine High School. And I just want to share a brief testimony on how God really came through and passed those GAPE examinations on me. I know you might be wondering, pass the GAPE examinations? But yes, listen. Throughout this year, it was really hard for me. I got disconnected from God. I was dragging myself through school. It was the worst scenario you could ever think about. I was just in a negative loop. I was sinking. It was like I was just dead. I was dead spiritually. But there was still a voice pushing me. Let's pray, Crystal. And so I reached out to some friends and we started to pray until I gradually got some connection with God. Fast forward. CXC extended the examinations for a week, and I was like, God, this is my time to maximize. So please to help me to be focused. Please to help me to put in as much work because I'm doing the sciences and this really take, brain power. And it really takes a lot of strength. And I'm like, help me, God, help me. And, I was led to the scripture to say, not rest in men's wisdom, but to rest in the power of God. So, even though, Krista, you might think that you need to know the whole book, because that is men's understanding to know that you need to know the whole book to pass an examination, you will still trust in your God because your God is a miracle working God. I asked God, I didn't see anything, but I was still there pushing and doing as much as I could, trying to soak in every little thing that I could in my head. I tried to be a sponge as much as I could. I went into the CAPE environmental exam. I was kind of prepared. It was okay. I went into chemistry. I left out a 7-mark question in module 2. I left out a 5-mark questions in module 1. And I was like, oh my God, this is a fail. I was sad. And I went into the biology. I did as much as I could to maximize. I went into com studies. I did as much as I could. After those examinations, I wasn't feeling well. I started to pray and I said, God, really come true for me because you know that I'm really dependent on these grades to go to college, to make my family proud, to make persons that, are really looking forward for my success to be proud of me. And I was praying a lot and, God said to me to stop, to cease and to trust him, to leave it in his hand. And so I really did. Results came. I was afraid to check them. I asked a friend to check them for me. I got a 1 in chemistry. I got a 1 in biology. I got a 1 in CAPE environmental science with distinction. I got a 2 in com studies. Now, who could it be but Jesus? Like, who could it be but Jesus? Who could it be but God that stepped in and really did what he did for me? Really came in and worked his miracle for his daughter. So I'm just encouraging you today, if it is that you have lost faith, to remember God, to seek him daily, to trust in him because he's there for us. I chose Christ. I chose Christ. And you should too.
Who could it be?
My Lord.
Who could it be?
My.
Wow.
I can
Always so
totally relate.
inspiring.
Of course.
Always so
No.
inspiring. The feature I chose Christ. You should too. Listen. Let me tell you something. Going to school, without Jesus seems okay, but you see, going to school with Jesus and knowing that Jesus is there with you as your backative, you ever can't understand the material before you just put on a prayer
Yes.
over the book. I don't know if anybody else
Yeah,
you've
man, I
ever
know
experienced that.
those bathroom breaks.
Yes, man. You have to say, no,
You
man,
know,
God,
take a
please.
step back and you just have to pray and say, okay, Lord, help me here. Help me to focus
Trust me,
because
I've
your
had
mind
too
is
many of
all
those
over the
situations.
place.
Yeah,
No.
you best believe he is coming right through.
Yeah. I
Definitely coming
mean,
through.
when she was talking, I was remembering even my own experience of times when you have like assignments due and those things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, bro, I kid you not. Every single time I would need just that reminder that okay, don't forget this assignment, don't forget that classwork. He would always remind me to
Coming
keep
through.
me on track with those things. I'm like,
Coming through.
I just good, yeah.
Yo,
Nice.
because we take these things for granted. We really take these things for granted. Even in the smallest of mercies, God is right there,
Yeah.
and we must pause sometimes to really say, He might do him thing.
My dream team.
You understand?
I
Yeah.
understand.
All right. Listen, guys, we want to hear from you. So remember, you can send in your WhatsApp messages at 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. Or you can leave us a comment on Facebook or on YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. Talk to us. Let us know what you think. Remember, the topic that we're discussing this evening is...
Taking the stage for social change.
Yeah. Brought to you by Anesta.
Ah, sorry, I had
But
to be
yeah,
extra.
we're talking about the performing arts because last week we spoke about clubs and societies. So we wanted to talk about the performing arts in particular and how can because the performing arts is a space where students can go to express themselves. So we were wondering, and we're still wondering, if students who may have anger issues or unresolved emotional trauma, that type of thing, if they could find some kind of resolve within the performing arts programs that some of our institutions have. Were you a part of any performing arts groups back in high school, by any chance?
Believe it or not, I was a member of the school band, right? So,
Really? No,
yes.
ladies and gentlemen, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not
In
know
high
that.
school, I was on the school band. When
What did
by
you
the time
play?
I got to UTech, I was just like, okay, Lord, just let me learn what I need to know so I can be effective in your ministry.
That's crazy to me. What did you play?
I played the drums. I played the drums in
Anesta
the school band.
Samuels.
I'm telling the truth, for real.
Why I
I
don't
played
believe
the
you?
drums. Huh?
Why I don't believe you?
Why wouldn't you believe it? Like
You play,
literally, I
as
can
in,
come to your
trap
church and
set
play drums
or
right
Congo?
now.
Trap set or Congo?
The drum set.
No, man.
For
No,
real,
man.
real. But
No,
see the
man.
thing is,
No,
our
man.
band pretty much just played probably like 2 or 3 times a year for our school function. So it wasn't no big deal. I was just. But yes,
I
I
am
do play the
shocked.
drums. Why?
I am shocked.
What? Wait, were you a part of anything?
I was
Why
a
are you
part
shocked
of
that I was a part of
the
anything?
prestigious Arden Music Club,
Okay.
right?
So when you say
I
prestigious like that,
thoroughly enjoyed my years being a part of the Arden Music Club. But let's forget about that. The school band, Anesta,
the school
playing the
band.
drums,
Yes.
big drummer, drummist. All right, sorry. My producer is going to reel me back in because I'm
Yes,
genuinely shocked. I'm
please,
really shocked. I'm
because
not going to lie. Big drummer, so he can play now. Of course he can still. Muscle
I
memory.
still can play. I can put a little thing together.
So we can get a video next week.
You cannot get a video.
Can get a video? No.
No, those
I
days
think
are behind
I
me.
think the people would love to see it. You know what?
I bet they would.
Jermaine,
I bet
listen
they
to me and
would.
listen to me well. Next open campus, we want a video of Anesta playing the drums.
Lord help me,
Or
Jesus.
I'm not going to be on open campus. I'm putting my foot down.
What?
It's a protest.
But
You
no,
see?
but the people need to
Jermaine says
know
that
that
we'll sort
you
one.
are the singer of this show.
No. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Let's get straight into our discussion.
See that? You see how quick him cut off the conversation?
Let's get straight. As a matter of fact, right now we have a break. Thank God. So we'll be right
How
back after
convenient.
these messages.
Guys, he's the co-producer. He just put that break in
We
there.
will be right back after these messages.
The New Testament Church of God Jamaica Music and Worship Unit presents the lead singers with director Dr. Brad Moffat and Nadine Blair in Perpetual Sounds of Praise in a night of worship and song at the Eastwood Park New Testament Church of God, 51 Eastwood Park Road. Admission is free. Youths and youths, roll out in your numbers. Friday, March 10 at 7 p.m. at the Eastwood Park New Testament Church of God. It's the Lee singers from Lee University in Jamaica. Make we show them some warm Jamaican welcome.
I've got love in my heart and
Another World of Worship Wednesday is coming your way inside Alive, 1 to 5, March 8th, packed with worship, fun, and information. Stick around for the brain testing meant to size at 1:45. Prayer blast will come your way at 2 o'clock. More prayer, more power. 2:15, we feature Mercy Chinwo Blessed as our worship artist of the day. At 3 p.m. inside the Drama House, we brace for season 3 of Making Lemonade with the continued rerun of season 2. All this and more will come your way inside Alive, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. This World of Worship Wednesday, March 8th, with yours truly, Sarah, and the Chirpy One on the family station, Love 101.
got some praise. Give him praise. Give him praise.
Okay. Get ready for a worship-filled time inside Love in the Morning with me, your host, Jukal Dyer, this Wednesday, March 8th. At 6 a.m., we shed light on some new artists making waves in the gospel music industry. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with Morning Coffee Pick Me Up Devotional. Then at 7 a.m., we bring you The Morning Watch with intriguing and thought-provoking discussions. It's International Women's Day, and to celebrate, Love 101 FM will be featuring 4 phenomenal women who continuously break social barriers. At 8:30, we speak with Dr. Elaine McCarthy, chairman of the Jamaica Umbrella Group of Churches, about women in leadership. At 8:40 a.m., we chat with Juliet Bodley, otherwise known as Julie Mango, mental health advocate. 8:50 a.m. we talk with Dr. Sarah Grace Lewis, obstetrician and gynecologist, about women's health and wellness. And then at 9 a.m. we wrap it up with the counselor, Dr. Joan Pinckney, about the importance of women's therapy. 9:30 a.m. is Something More, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. Stick and stay with us this Inspiration Wednesday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Inspired with Jukal Dyer. Okay, where are the campus nights? Students are stuck up in a
All right. Welcome back to Campus Connection. I am Jonathan Fletcher, and with me is world-renowned drummer from the Merle Grove band, Anesta Samuels. You know, welcome back to the show, everyone. We have a very interesting conversation and 2 very amazing gentlemen ready to share with us as we speak about taking the stage for social change. Can the performing arts help to curb bad behavioral patterns in students? We have Mr. Owen Blacker Ellis, actor, musician, motivational speaker, workshop facilitator, and educator, but is known mostly for his over 3 decades of working as one of Jamaica's leading stand-up comedians. He's also one of the powerhouses behind the very popular show, the IT and Fancy Cat Show. We also have Dwayne Morris, music educator and owner of Carbon Academy. Dwayne has worked as a music teacher at the Papine High and Arden High School. During that time, Dwayne was a revered choir director known for winning numerous national awards and named as the country's top music teacher for a number of years. He's presently the music director for the Growing Up Green Charter School in New York. Gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Sorry, I am driving, so.
No, you are parked. Let's just make this clear. Dwayne is parked.
I am parked.
Well, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have both of you here with us, and we're looking forward to a fruitful conversation.
Of course.
How wanna do?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Oh, wonderful. Because this
Yes.
StreamYard thing is a new thing for me now. StreamYard.
Right? Yes, it's a new thing for me too.
Oh
But
Yes,
boy.
come on, big up yourself.
are the big famous people you have me a talk with, man.
Yeah.
Man,
Virgin,
I
you
am
bigger and
honored.
famous, sir. You bigger and famous, sir.
Oh boy. So let's get straight into the conversation. Firstly, can you both share with us how you got into the performing arts? Dwayne, we'll start with you.
Oh Lord. To cut a long story short, they they put me in music because I used to hide from music class.
Mm.
I actually in grade 7 I attended maybe 2 music class for the entire year. I hated
Mm.
music class.
Wow.
I never wanted to go, so whenever it was music class, I would be outside kicking a ball somewhere.
Wow.
So they made a grand plan for me that I have to be in extracurricular activity. I wanted to play cricket and football. Guess what they did? They put me in music.
Wow, wow, wow. We'll have to come back
So
to that.
yeah, so it was
Interesting.
actually punishment. They put me in music as punishment because I was not going to music class. And I'm now a music educator.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
That is how it all started for me. Years ago, we in a country bush down a Froome. I went to Froome Technical High School, so I don't know them school there. That's how it started for me, actually.
Okay, okay. Sir Ellis, what about you?
I got into the performing art because I was born.
Ah,
Mm. Mm.
okay.
Okay.
Give
Elaborate
a
first,
little more
please.
context.
I
A
was
little more.
I was born into a family of entertainment. My mother was a dancer, not on the pole, I mark you. But my mother was a dancer. My father was a singer. My father sang back up with his more famous brother Alton Ellis,
Mm.
and all my siblings were involved in some form of performing arts. Was always there hovering over my life. And then
Mm-hmm.
in grade 3, I began to dance in my primary school for festival. But then I really became involved in comedy in high school because I used comedy as a defense mechanism, as therapy, because I felt unloved and I wanted approval. So I became the class
Mm.
clown. I was
Mm,
behaving bad, not bad as in antisocial, but bad as in disruptive. And
Mm-hmm.
so drama class became a place where I could be disruptive in a way that was creative.
mm. So, Owen, would you say that just having performing arts programs in our schools, that can be a good way for students to express themselves, even some of those emotions that you just described?
Absolutely. Once it's structured and intentional, and not like some schools use the performing arts as a dumping ground for bad behaving children. You can be a good, go on a drama. You can be a good, go on a music. As opposed to it being a structured, organized, intentional way to find
Mm-hmm.
a way that people learn differently. And there's some
Mhm.
people hold the chalk and thought not working for them. So if they're engaged physically and creatively, they might become more sociable, might become more controllable, and they might give of their best selves. So absolutely, it can be used if it's used in a structured way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, Dwayne, what are your thoughts on that?
Of course. I mean, I think it's just another tool, you know. To me, the performing arts is like sports. Is a tool, and if as Black are saying, if it's used properly, trust me, it can work wonders. Cause in my practice over the years, I've seen it. I saw Fletcher come to school early, so that was I get you on that one. that was the that was the performing arts working wonders right there. So it is
Oh
definitely a
boy,
tool
this was
that if
probably a
you
bad
use
idea.
it properly, you can use it to work wonders. I've seen in front my sorry, did I cut out?
No,
Yeah,
Just a
yes.
just a
little
bit.
bit.
You're back now.
Hello?
Yeah, you're back now.
I'm back now. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I've seen the performing. I've seen many children transforming from my eyes, man, just by using the performing arts. And as I say, is a tool, and when it's used properly, work wonders.
Mm. So based on that, do you think the Jamaican government or the government is doing enough to facilitate the growth and development of the performing arts in Jamaica? When we'll
No.
start with you. No? What's your reason?
Me, the, well, people use the performing arts as any other business, as a
Mm-hmm.
space filler, and it's not given
Mm.
enough value. I honestly think that we should have performing arts high schools
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
at the secondary level. Okay, to be fair, there are already some schools who they will never be the school that get the top numbers in CSEC passes.
Yeah.
There are some schools I wouldn't even call them name, but there are some high schools, for example, that they always turn up for festival and do well. They have a wonderful day and they turn up for Manning Cup. But the
Mm-hmm.
CSEC passes, not so much. And there are schools like that. I wouldn't call them name, but there are some schools in a city who always have a very good competitive Manning Cup team. They always have
Mm.
a very good dance ensemble, but they're not getting the
Yeah.
CSEC passes. So we not understand that it's not every school going to be a champion, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
or an immaculate, you know, or St. Andrew High School for gentle women. So we
Mm-hmm.
need to find ways to pull out the best in the young people. But some of them, if imagine if a youth was able to go to high school and practice student engineering in high school. I've seen it in Toronto where kids go to performing arts high school and they use the academics as an incentive. You want to go to dance and music and drama, pass the geography and pass the math.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it as a means. It can work. So we have not yet in this country begun to value the arts at
Wow.
all.
Yes, yes, yes. And Dwayne, you've worked directly in music programs in Jamaica. Based on your experience, would you say that students leaving high schools would be better off if the government would have put some amount of more effort, if you will, in the performing arts?
I mean, 100%. Yeah, you know what I always refer to the performing arts for, as it relates to the government.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see it at churches and when praise and worship going on, they want the music, and
Mm.
then after it finish, if the musician then play it, then say no tapping eyes.
Yes, yes,
We not,
yes.
we not, we not really no need you know right now. But if them start sing again, where are the musicians?
Yes,
Where
yes.
are the right? You become important again. The performing arts has always been treated that way, right? It's not even Jamaica alone, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how they treat it. Like I remember even when I was going to Ednamale, I remember I met one of my teachers afterwards, and she said, "Where you going? You're going to UE? You're going to UTech?" And I said, "Oh no, I'm going to Ednamale." She said, "Oh,
Yeah,
like like she basically I said, why you do up there so?" You
yeah,
know,
Mm-hmm.
that it is something that is so ingrained in us, right? Like music are waste of time, drama are waste of time. You know, you do it, you're going at that when you're done. You know, when you really can read and write good. That's
yeah.
how
Mm-hmm.
they view it. They don't put value on it. And I tell them, any day they see the value in this thing, every school in Jamaica will have a recording studio. They will start teaching
Mm-hmm.
kids how to use social media. They start teaching kids how to set up podcasting, how to use camera, because that is the way of the world now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
until we start realizing that this whole law and this medicine and all this thing that we're pushing the kids in, that they don't have any more space.
Mm-hmm.
That's why them a take people money because they not make no money. We have too many lawyers and doctors. We don't have no more space for a lot of these things. And a
Yeah.
lot of these things they just force the kids them into it while ignoring the other things that they are genuinely passionate and talented in. You understand? So until we start focusing on that, uh, we're going to still end up the same places. People without jobs. I remember one day one of my friends, his tattoo artist was a medical doctor. A tattoo shadow because she had a job, you know? Yeah, so she ended up to do tattoo and she's very good at it. So I really think once we start focusing on seeing the value in the arts, we start put some money in there and start build sign and build some studio in high school. $2 million can build a studio in a school. You don't need 12.
So, gentlemen, we do have to go for a break, but I just wanted to ponder on this question during the break. If you could share with us your experience of a student or a group of students that you've worked with and you've seen how the performing arts has really truly transformed them and their lives. We'd love to hear some of those stories when we come back from this break. So we'll be right back, everyone, right here on Campus Connection.
Faithful Homes Decor is the best home decor store in Jamaica with the most unique pieces and excellent customer service that cultivates an atmosphere of home away from home. Visit us at 20 Conta Spring Road, Mall Plaza, halfway tree, at shops 15 to 16U and 17 to 18U upstairs. Call us at 876-648-6566 or 861-4252. Faithful Homes Decor, providing elegance and comfort.
Adult and Teen Challenge Jamaica's Women and the Children Center presents the Women with Wisdom Conference under the theme Equipped for Greatness. Under the auspices of the Custos Rotalorum of St. Anne, the Honorable Norma Walters, Women with Wisdom will feature guest speakers Pastor Jennifer Shaw, Dr. Yvonne Graham, and Pastor Sarah Cowan, along with guest artist Minister Carleen Davis Cowan. Conference begins at 6:30 p.m. on International Women's Day, Wednesday, March 8, and continues through Friday, March 10, 2023 at the First Assembly of God, 10 Shaw Park Road, Ocho Rios. You do not want to miss it.
Okay, where are the campus heights? Students are strap up in a price.
All right. Welcome back to Campus Connection. Before the break, we were speaking with Dwayne Morris and Owen Blacker Ellis. And we're talking about taking the stage for social change. We want to know the effect that performing arts programs in schools can have on students. So Anesta would have asked a very pertinent question before the break.
Why you say extra?
But we're talking about the performing arts.
Right. Okay. You're incorrect. Right.
Exactly.
Yes, we do want to know how have you seen the performing arts transform the lives of students? And I'm going to start with Mr. Owen Blacker Ellis. You can go ahead and share.
Yeah. So I worked with a program some years ago called the Era Youth Crew, the Era Youth Foundation, where we took young people from opposing communities, Tivoli and Matches Lane, Southside and Tel Aviv, Rima and Jungle, literally across the borders, right? And we got together with them and did a program, an evening program, where we basically use the arts to have them share their own stories, discover their commonalities, and create stories around it. It was a fantastic program. And these were kids who were quote unquote at risk, right? Who were able to change their life trajectory and become educators, sound system operators, printers, and they found jobs in the mainstream industry through the arts as a way of just getting them to avoid the lure of crime and violence. And that's that. But years ago when I taught in high school, I taught lit in a high school in St. Anne years ago. I was teaching lit in a place where people don't want to read books. And there were some big books on the curriculum, Great Expectations, Shakespeare. And you them not read. You can't teach lit if they're not reading. And they must now learn about literary analysis and so on. What did I do? At the time, it's way back in the day when you guys weren't even born yet.
Oh wow.
And the big song at the time was George Michael Careless Whisper.
Yeah.
When they say, children, forget the books. When I play some music, I play the song, and them start singing, and the girl them beat the desk, and the boy them jump and reel, the song play. I say, okay, what does this thing I mean by guilty feet have got no rhythm? And they began for the first time to analyze literature using a song.
Yeah.
It's like for the first time, they might about metaphor and imagery because the content was what they could relate to. So the aim to teach them about Shakespeare is to understand analysis. So it's the vehicle that we must use. I think I would have go to class. I've used Lego the Bird to teach some young people understand what literature. So if we can find a way to use what they're into. Come on, tell me. You ever see a fight broke in your music class yet?
A fight?
Fight broke?
I remember.
Because they enjoy it. They're there because they enjoy it.
No, I can't remember. Yes, true.
They broke fight in the history class because the history bother them, but not the music. So the examples are all around where the arts pull them at them soul. They're not going to fight or be disruptive because they're enjoying it. They don't enjoy the same way. They don't enjoy geography the same way or history. But we can use the art to get them to geography and history. It can work. I've seen it work. It transforms lives.
What about you, Dwayne?
Is as it was just to piggyback off that. Today, the math teacher, I wanted to go and use the bathroom, and the math teacher came there, and she was like, "How you get them to sit down like this?" She said, "I wish I could get the kids to be this attentive in my class because there are total different kids in my class. Because right now we're doing a unit where they are producing beats. Yo, kids push over each other to come to my class.
Wow.
Because algebra, they don't see how, I mean, it's necessary, but they see how they're going to use producing in their today life, but they don't know them how to use X and Y in their today life. You understand? So I have an edge over a math teacher because my content is relevant today. They can legit go on Snapchat right now and boast, yo, I made this beat today.
Yeah.
So my content is relevant. I can use today. And that's one of the biggest things that people are not realizing. The history is back. The geo, all of the pedagogy for these subjects. It's hard to use today information. A music and a drama teacher can use today information to teach.
Yeah.
So me have an edge over you. You understand? And once the teacher realized that there's no way my class will always be full and engaging because I can use today information to teach. Right? So I have worked with so many groups that I've like one of my biggest, you can go inside baby. I'm so proud of, I can't talk about Arden, and probably I'm not gonna use it as the transformation, but Arden was just, I mean, we still have an active WhatsApp group after how many years now? Like 10 years now?
10. Well, 10 this year.
10, a decade. We were just connected to music over like a year or two, and we still are in touch because of just how we were intertwined via the performing arts, right? Them things they're not easy to happen, but it was just because of music and us sharing our experiences through music. We're still in touch, still stay in touch to this day. Just let me go, please. In terms of transformation, I remember when I hope I don't talk too much. I have so many stories. So when I just moved to Kingston, me a countryman, me don't know nothing about town. Just let me go, please. There we go. So when I moved to Seaview Garden, the very first night, they killed 2 persons at the gate of the house that I was moving to.
Wow.
Remember, you know, me a countryman, me no see gun, me no know nothing about them something there. Right? That was how I was greeted in Kingston. I wanted to go back home. But my uncle was telling the guys in the community that I was a musician. So me basically did almost what you just have respect on the ground because them here say me a musician. I mean a little youth come from country, so everybody decided not to touch me, not to violate me, them not rob me, them not do anything because me a musician and I come from country. So they felt the need to protect me and for me to be a part of the community. And I spend my time in college. This is how I buy favor now. I set up a little studio inside my house and I recorded them. Yes, baby. Go and buzz it in. Mom is there. Press it. All right. So.
All right.
Sorry, I've just reached home. Yeah. So sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So I work with those guys while I was in Seaview Gardens. They tell you about the same youth them we give trouble in our community until man start call himself. At first it was bad man. All of a sudden a man named artist now. Some man changed him from probably Puppet Show or whoever him name, and him find an artist name, and we record the little music and every little party, a man would burn them CDs and give them to them, and it wasn't recorded properly, nothing great and fancy, but everybody become an artist. No man not really interested in a running road again. Everybody stuck on my yard. Like all my years in college, they were at my house in the night recording music instead of running the street. And that I never forget that experience. So that is something that I have kept with me.
Boy, so powerful. And I'm really hoping that after this conversation, somebody somewhere listening will try as much as possible to put more effort into the performing arts spaces. Boy, gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. Really do appreciate you for being here with us here on Campus Connection, and all the very best for the future.
Take care, guys.
Love and respect. Pleasure.
All right. Wow.
Nice.
Real life stories of real life transformation through the performing arts. Boy, I can just imagine how the drums change your life, Anesta.
My gosh, Jonathan, give it up. You know what? It's time to go. I'm gonna hope that by next week he will just forget about this. This will
Listen, and let me Jamaica and the world at large. I promise I'm going to try my best to find a video of Anesta playing the drums. That's my pledge.
That you will not find.
Our Campus Connection listeners. That's my pledge.
You know what?
Anyway.
It was a good show. It was that discussion
was.
just now was extremely good. I learned so much about just the power of the arts. And now, of course, my mind is going, okay, how can we use the arts for ministry to impact them beyond just social change? No, this is spiritual change.
Facts.
So that's, the gears are working in the back of my head. But certainly, thank you so much, Owen Blacker Ellis, Dwayne Morris. You guys really gave us a really good discussion. Thank you to Crystal Barrasing for our I Chose Christ. You should too feature. And who else do we have to thank for this amazing show that was put together?
Jermaine Johnson, our producer. We'll also want to thank Dr. Nadine Blair, Programs Manager, Timor Butler for technical support, Latifa Reed for news support. Thank ourselves for being here. Thank our listeners for listening.
I was waiting for you to thank yourself.
No.
Thank you to all our listeners, our most valued listeners. Thank you so much for making it Campus Connection.
All right. See you next week.
Pass through, it's all about the gospel. So tell you what, one bank campus. Youths are going on bank campus.